Okay, hello guys. I am going to make the pancake recipe in The Joy of Vegan Baking by Colleen Patrick Goudreau. And here's the recipe. I'll probably write it out, but I'll tell you guys at least obviously what's going in here. I'll take a picture. Or there you go, you can see that, right? Alright, so without further ado, I'm going to get started, and we'll see how this turns out. According to the recipe, the pancakes are fluffy, flavorful, and so easy to make. Now, I always like adding some cinnamon to mine, so I'll probably add a little bit of cinnamon and possibly a little bit of like vanilla extract, since I don't have any vanilla. Well, I don't have vanilla bean. I do, but I'm not gonna blend it up. So, whatever. I'll get started, guys, and I'll sort of determine how I'm going to do this as I do it. Okay. Okay, so in this bowl I have 1 cup of unbleached all-purpose flour. Now the recipe says you can also use half a cup of all-purpose flour and half a cup of whole wheat flour. I have 1 tablespoon of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So I'm separating the dry from the wet. So into the bowl with my wet ingredients, I'm going to put 1 cup of non-dairy milk, and I have soy milk, silk soy milk that I'm going to use. So this is my half cup measurement. So one cup of non-dairy milk. You need 2 tablespoons of canola oil. So I've got my canola oil. Now it does say you can make the butter with no oil or just a little bit, sorry, the batter with no oil or a little bit of butter, because you can use 2 tablespoons of canola oil or melted butter, non-dairy butter like Earth Balance. Or you can leave it out, I guess, if you don't want to use it, but I'm going to use it because I think it's going to add to the moisture level, and I'm just going to try this as it is. Now it also says to add 3 tablespoons of liquid sweetener, such as pure maple syrup. So I have some in this little thing, but I have a feeling this is not going to be enough. 1, 2, it's almost 3. Just give me a second, I have a little bit of table maple syrup up here, which is, I was actually going to buy some pure maple syrup yesterday and I didn't, but I've almost got 3 tablespoons, so that's good. Just finishing it up with that little bit. Okay, so I've got my 3 tablespoons of, you can use maple syrup, apple juice concentrate, or orange juice, it says here. So any kind of liquid sweetener you want to use in this. Now, it looks like that those are all the ingredients. I'm going to add that little last bit if I can get that out. Alright guys, I'm going to tell you what it says. Combine the flour, all that there, and then in a separate bowl I have my wet. So add the milk mixture to the flour mixture and mix just until moistened. A few lumps are okay. Do not overmix or the pancakes will be tough. Okay, so I'm going to get that part ready and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, I completely forgot that I was going to add a little bit of vanilla. So I'm going to just put 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and I'm going to add, it's going to be hard to measure this, so that's probably like 1/8 of a teaspoon of cinnamon. Not a lot. Let me just move this. Okay. So she says mix, but don't overmix. I was originally going to put this in my blend tech, but given her comments about mix but don't overmix, that would not work out well. One thing I have not yet tried is the Energy Egg Replacer. Like when I made my vegan chocolate chip cookies, which were so phenomenal, I simply just used applesauce to replace the egg, and they were amazing. Okay, so it's coming together. Well, she did say a few lumps are okay, but I don't really want lumps. So I hope I'm not over mixing. I'm trying to mix lightly. Maybe I'll try and leave it here, guys. I don't want them to turn out tough. Okay. I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, so here goes. I don't know if it's too many lumps. I don't know what to think. I have my pan on medium-high heat. Maybe it should be slightly higher. I'm gonna just try one of these first. I'll try a small one. Okay, let me try it. Let's make this slightly bigger. There we go. So there you have it, guys. It's just, let me zoom in. I mean, it looks kind of thick, and it does look thick and nice. It's just a matter of seeing how it turns out. Now, of course, this is the first time I'm trying this. I mean, I've tried making my own before with flax egg replacer, and it was fine, but we'll see how this turns out. If I don't need that at all. You know, the flax adds a different sort of consistency to it. However, flax is healthy, so I have no problem with adding flax to a product, but I'm going to try this recipe. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so the book does say to cook for about 2 minutes on each side. So that's about 2 minutes. And I'm going to flip. Oh, it looks perfect. Wow, look at that. Actually looks really good. Now, another thing that, you know, I just, as I'm cooking this, that I heard Colleen Patrick Goudreau talk about in one of her podcasts, which I enjoy listening to, was just the idea that in reality, we cook so much with eggs because, you know, it's become easy since, you know, farming, but eggs were actually not just created for us to cook with. I mean, it's become something we've been using, but it's not like chickens were created simply so that we could have their eggs to add to our baking. So there have to be other ways to bake goods and make things without eggs that will be fine. This is definitely fluffy. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't expect this. So I think when I made mine, not that I didn't like them, but they were not this fluffy. So maybe the key is to not over mix. You know? Wow, guys, I'm impressed. Okay, this is not quite 2 minutes on that side yet, but I'll be back shortly. Okay, guys, here is the pancake. And I'm just going to put some syrup on this so I can sample it. They're great. As easy as that, guys. If you don't have eggs, no problem. I remember in the past not having eggs and wanting to make pancakes and being a little, you know, worried and freaked out, and look at that. No eggs necessary. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching.